B and I am here for the Hi Blue. Welcome. How are you doing? I'm surprise, still playing the same level I've been playing for like the past 7 streams. It's getting more and more insane the more I play it. Yesterday I had some really good runs, but just keep getting unlucky. Couldn't miss your last stream, but I'm glad you're back at it again. Back at it again at Krispy Kreme. Triple backflip into destroying the sign. Yeah, it's okay. I streamed very late yesterday. Oops. I could say it was like getting really late, but I was like, I really want to get just one stream. So I don't lose practice, because I think the last time I played before yesterday was Thursday, I think. Yeah, Thursday or Friday, I don't remember. Yeah, I didn't want to go too many days without playing, because I will like lose the muscle memory and then it will be harder to pick up. As much practice as humanly possible, that's it, that's the strat. That is 100% the strat. Although, really, I'm not gonna be able to stay up too long tonight, because I applied for a new job and I will start my training tomorrow early. So I need to wake up early, have a shower, have everything ready. The week, I am not sure how many hours of practice I will be able to do. Hopefully it won't affect that much. Congratulations, Ninja. Thank you. It's just my training, but I really hope I do get the position. That is going to be the key for the elusive new computer. Oh yeah, I remember, yeah. I didn't do a stream on Friday because that's when we did the movie night, we watched the Celeste movie. And then on the night after that, the night before that, I stayed up the whole night watching Squid Game 3, so during the whole day I didn't really get enough hours of sleep. So that's why, like, after the Celebrity movie, I just fell dead onto my bed. Really? How many times am I gonna do this? Oh my god. In the correct position. If I keep not being able to beat this level, at least I'm gonna have a purpose in life. Purpose that I'm never gonna be able to fulfill. But you know, I have something to strive for at the very least. Especially since like you're devoting every spare waking hour to this. Sorry. Yeah, pretty much. If I could, I will dedicate it more. I would love to train myself to be able to play this level while I sleep. I mean, not even the 1020 mode of Final Freddy's 2 required this much grinding. And also, well, like this game is a lot more skill based than Final Freddy's, but sometimes it still feels very luck dependent. And you know, there are a lot more opportunities to mess up. What day is it today? 29. If fate wants it to, I will maybe have beaten this level before July. Caught up on the bots early today. I saw Shirley yesterday stream this morning. I told the stream something like, "Guessing now if I'm playing this low anymore." I was like, "Oh no." That is true. That is very true. Just the case for every stream. Like, I have fun the first like 20-30 minutes. And then it just starts going downhill from there. So I love Celeste. Celeste is a fun game. And I love playing it, but playing the same level for multiple hours, it can get a little tedious at times. It's kind of like when you go to a restaurant, you're like, you know, like very hungry, and you're like, man, I'm so freaking hungry. I'm gonna order like 3 hamburgers to eat, and then the first 3 bites are always the best part. Those first 3 bites are banging, but then the more you eat, the more you start to feel full, and once you finish you're like halfway through the second burger, you're like, oops, I think I might have overdone it a bit. So I already feel pretty full, and I still have 1.5 hamburgers left. I think that's how a lot of mukbangers must feel. I don't know how you just blew through the 3G for no reason, and it's commendable. Thank you. The love of this game that I have, it can do a lot of miracles. It's an APT comparison. And speaking of mukbangers, I really have no idea how they manage to like stay so thin, even when they record like multiple of those eating lots of food videos. Cause like in the videos, they don't show any like cuts or anything to like spit the food. You know, whatever's going on, I feel like it might not be too healthy. Also, I made it to the final section. Was in the videos probably all day for the whole day? Yeah, probably. Cause like if they do stuff like not eating for multiple days, whenever they want to record a mukbang, that can be healthy. Not a healthy habit to get into. Nope. I feel like a lot of them are slowly destroying themselves. Okay. I knew it. This one critical does his food release, he doesn't eat the entirety of every dish, just a few bites. Oh, I didn't know critical did it. I don't really watch Moist Critical that much. Like, the food tier lists that I've seen are just like people, you know, just ranking the foods without actually eating them. I thought Moist Critical just talked about YouTube dramas and video game related dramas. I don't like how hot it is in here. Okay, now I think that sounds like something fun to do. So I'm gonna upload to my YouTube channel, ranking every dish from KFC. He does a bunch of stuff. Like currently, or are those like his old videos? I don't know, he used to upload some like Call of Duty compilations or something. He's recently bought a farm. What? A whole farm? Just for himself? Yeah, okay, that actually sounds sick. With like cows and everything? It's all over the place, I tell you. Dang. Okay, there's a lot more depth to him than I initially thought. I think the most I remember about him is like him jump scaring himself. And if he's getting into agriculture, but he owns a land and a house on it, dang. That must be so cool though. Having a house and a farm of your own. Like waking up every day to the sounds of the chickens and the and the smell of cow poo. Really? there was an wrench like a lot of years ago. I think out of everything, I think the one thing I disliked the most was the huge amount of flies. Like there were flies absolutely everywhere. I couldn't even eat in peace because the second I looked away, I already had 3 flies on my plate trying to eat my food. People around my neighborhood have chickens and I'm a little jealous. Oh, so that time of year for fly blooms, yeah. I hate. That's the one thing I hate about summer. But ooh, that was gross. But wow, that was unfortunate. I would love to have some chickens. Just imagine that. You could have as many eggs for breakfast as you want. Or you could, you know, sell the eggs for more profit. So I think having eggs for breakfast every single day would maybe get a bit sickening after a while. It's almost like playing Minecraft in real life. Oh my goodness. And you get to pet them? Yeah. That's the best part. If they don't hit you with their pecs, of course. I would really like to experience that something to like someday at 6 AM in the morning go out to harvest some corn in the cornfields. Cornfield just like the one in Sardi's Maze. And Final Fantasy for yourself wanted. I wonder if there are people that actually keep cows as pets. Or like one cow as a pet. Instead of a dog or a cat. I said, no, I want a cow. A whole cow for me. Not that hard to grow corn. The difficult part is knowing when to pick it so it still tastes good. I didn't think about that yet. At least with like some other vegetables it's a little easier to notice when they're good. Well, I guess corn is not really a vegetable. Is it? No. No, it's not. What? Okay. Let me search up. Is corn a vegetable? Corn is a... It's a combination of a fruit, grain, and vegetable. Well, that really sums it up. Thank you, Google. It is, well, apparently there's a lot of debate whether if it's a fruit or vegetable or a grain, and is that it's a combination of the three. This corn is just really strange. Wears many hats. If you leave it too long, the sugar starts to starch and tastes like a mix of clay and wax. Oh, that sounds kind of disgusting. Man, you know, I will definitely love to. It's okay. It's some corn as a midnight snack. I wonder if the Stardew Valley will make you be better at farming in real life. So you know how pilots use flight simulators before flying a real plane? I wonder if it works the same way for farmers. With a, I think for people that don't play video games would definitely be easier to farm in real life. Never played Stardew, so I don't know how realistic its farming mechanics are. Oh, me neither. But I really would like to someday. You know, the Steam Summer Sale released like a few days ago, and I was so disappointed that the new Five Nights at Freddy's was not on discount. I'll definitely have to think about what games I would like to get, if there are any that I see like really worth buying. So hopefully need to be on sale soon after release. Yeah, although there was a game that was like on sale a couple days. No, I think it was actually on the same day or the day after it released. I think it was My Pub Goes. Yeah, it got released and then I checked and it was like a 20% discount. I was like, you know, might as well buy it now. Then there are some games that I have had on my wish list for like over a year and have never gone on sale. Plants vs. Zombies is one of them. It has never ever gone on sale. It's a risky strategy, but can really pay off, yeah. For us stingy buyers. I genuinely don't think I've ever bought a single Steam game that has not been on sale. that I would really like to get, that it's on a 90% discount right now, it's a Smart Shopper. It's a Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. So you know, I like 3D platformers, I like difficulty. I feel like those games might be very fun. Have you played any of the original games? Nope, I have never played a Crash game in my life. Like, but I've heard that the remasters are pretty good. Like, at least I hope that I get the same level of experience that I will get from playing the originals. But, you know, with better graphics. What? I wanna cry. For such a big percentage off, even if you didn't end up liking them, there's less risk, yeah. Because I think the originals are like 40 bucks. 40 or 50 bucks. But yeah, 90% discount, that's absolutely humongous. And if I end up liking... Oh, I haven't checked if the Sonic games are on sale. I should check those. Could get me some what's the name of the Sonic remasters? The remix of the classic games? Or to pass up a deal like that? Yep. It's way too good to not look into it. I'd like to check the if Sonic Adventure 2 is on sale. Now, but Sonic games, assuming the Sonic Adventure 2 should be much cheaper than it is. Oh, like you think it... like the game has like more value than the price that it has on Steam? Or if the GameCube version is much more expensive? Dude, Sonic games, I mean, GameCube games are like absolutely gone up in price a lot. I once looked into like a second-hand store that sold GameCube games, and they had Smash Bros. Melee for like 70 bucks. These people, man. The game's over 20 years old, they didn't even fix anything. Why is it $20 plus another $3 for two-player stuff? Oh, I read... I'm stupid, I read the message wrong. I thought you said that it's much cheaper than it should be. Physical use game market is completely insane. Yep. Yeah, $20 for a 20-year-old game. Yeah, that sounds kind of silly. I guess Sega knows that people will buy it because, you know, it's Sonic, it's retro. I mean, are GameCube games considered retro nowadays? Does my time sure does fly. I don't even wanna see how expensive Nintendo 64 games are. Ring out every lesson from your fans, yay! Slash despair. I'll say, well, at the very least, Sega is still more consumer friendly than Nintendo. What? I didn't. Hopefully, the older the system it is easier to find what you're looking for. Yeah, the good old Yarhar. I personally don't like pirating games, not for the silly reason of, you know, oh no, I don't want my multi-million dollar company to lose money, no. It's just because I don't get the same feeling, like the same experience of playing a game on a computer with a keyboard instead of a TV with a controller. You know, just laying on the couch, having some snacks on the other hand, it doesn't hit the same. Whoop. It's very true. And I think especially with handhelds like the DS, it really doesn't really work well with emulators, you know, with the double screen and the microphone. It's like really hard to translate into an emulator. I wonder how Duck Hunt will be played on an emulator. Okay, and here, since I'm not nervous, I'm actually gonna be able to beat it on my first try with absolutely no issue. Never mind. I remember staying up late playing GBA, SP, and DS, and hiding it under my pillow when I heard someone walk by. You really get that memo? Oh, that feeling. I do remember doing that while playing New Super Mario Bros. On the DS. I would walk into a room and I would instantly hide the S on my pillow. Those were the days, man. Those were the days. Now raging because I cannot beat a level on an indie platformer. A 9-minute level that I have to beat without dying a single time. I think Duck Hunt will just be clicking the screen, so it's a tiny fraction of the fun, yeah. Because like half of the fun was trying to figure out why your screen didn't work with the zapper. It's also kind of sad that on modern screens you're not able to play the game. Like you can play it, but it's probably not gonna work properly. What did I do? Have the original Gakam is surprisingly engaging. Ooh. With like the zapper and everything? I think retro games are single-handedly keeping the CRT market alive. That is actually very true. It's kind of insane how in the 80s like Nintendo managed to like make the zapper work. She was like very advanced for its time, ahead of its time. Zapper and everything. I even have a Rob who's much more cute and his games are fun. Oh my goodness. That is so freaking cool. I would love to have a Rob. Just like put it on next to my bed so he can keep me safe while I sleep. Yeah, I know the Rob games again just because of the angry video game nerd. And it makes me sad that Rob is not in Mario Kart World. Not as a character, but as a bike. It looks like all mangled up. He's a cute little decoration, I'm sure he is. He's cute in the games, I'm sure he's even cuter in real life. Is happy to see him in Smash though? Yeah. He did get a pretty hefty list of buffs compared to how he was in Smash for Wii U. Like I remember in Smash 4 he was like one of the least played characters overall. And now in Smash Ultimate, thanks to all the buffs he received, now he's, I think he's either a top tier or like a very high tier. Yeah, now that more people are giving him the love he deserves. I was a 100% loyal, dedicated Rob main in Mario Kart DS. He hasn't been in any game since, not even Mario Kart Tour. like in Mario Kart Tour, they even brought back Donkey Kong Jr., who had not been in a Mario Kart game since the very first one. No kidding, that's pretty cool. It is. Rob deserves all the love. And speaking of the first Mario Kart, I played like a year ago on the Nintendo Switch online thingy, and my goodness, it was not a good experience, I can tell you. And it was like the very first Mario Kart and helped pave the way for all the next installments. But my goodness, the controls are atrocious. Feels like you're racing on ice the whole time. Everything's so slippery. And turning doesn't even feel good. Series has come very far since then, yes. Thankfully it has. Because now the levels of rubber bending in Super Mario Kart are like off the charts. Oh, okay, you are gone. It's not for a Super Nintendo game, all things considered, but you make a good point. Yeah, I mean, there's like so much you can do with the Super Nintendo limitations. But I really don't like the computers get exclusive items that you, like, as a player, you cannot obtain. Yeah, I didn't like the rubber banding because if you were in first place, like, you watch the map and the CPU in last place will just go zoom right to you. Really? I'm blind. That's unfair, it is. I don't know what the developers were thinking with making like all the cups so difficult to obtain. Probably just, you know, to extend the playtime, as they did with a lot of retro games. And since the game is not very long, let's just make it extremely difficult. Like, what am I doing with the lost levels? You had to get your fortune's worth indeed. You had to get absolutely all the value that you could. And now, you know, nowadays you get games that take like 100 hours to complete just the main game, just the main story. And then if you also want all the extras, that's a couple few hundred hours. I still never beat the original Castlevania in iteration. I really need to play Castlevania soon. I feel like it wouldn't be right to play a lot of Metroidvania games without having played Metroid or Castlevania ever. Has there been a new 2D Metroid for the Switch? Like after the last one, which was, I think Metroid Dread was the last one? I don't know if they released a new one after that, but I don't think they have. I think that's the last one. So now they want to focus on Metroid Prime 4. Haven't seen anything after Dread now? Okay, then yeah, I'm going to assume that there hasn't been any new Metroids after that. Oh yeah, Castlevania. Actually, don't know what the newest Castlevania did release. I know they released a new Ghosts and Goblins game for the Switch a couple of years ago. Prime 4 is pretty hype. Is it out yet, or is it like still in development? Because I know they announced in a somewhat recent direct. Really? Yeah, I think it was called Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection, if I'm not mistaken, which I might be. But I do remember because there was an event in Smash Ultimate to promote the release of the game. That's how I found out about it. I wonder if Nintendo puts spirits in the new Smash game. I wonder if they're gonna put some more indie game spirits. Cause they put Cuphead spirits, they put Shovel Knight spirits, and they also had a Sans Me costume. You'll be excited to see more indie game representation in Smash Bros. Like, I can imagine how it must feel. Like just being a small developer, like creating your little game without expecting too much of it, and then a few years later you're officially part of one of the biggest crossovers in gaming history. And officially recognizing Undertale absolutely blew my mind. Mine too. I was like genuinely not expecting it. I think on that direct there were a lot more people more excited about Sans than they were for Terry. Of course. Oh my goodness, I hate sweaty hands. I think those are like the only indie games I have made in Smash. Undertale, Cuphead, and that Shovel Knight. The Shovel Knight treasure trove was so freaking good. Remember, I 100%ed everything on the Wii U. It was definitely one of my favorite Wii U games ever. For so like it was so freaking cheap in comparison to the gameplay value it had. So it was okay. So nowadays there's a Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, which includes the main game, and also has how many? It has 3 DLC campaigns, like completely full, fleshed out single-player campaigns for the other characters in the game, and it also has a fighting game, like a Smash Bros. Type fighting game. All of that for the price of one game. Like, that's actually insane. It's like growing up idolizing an actor on TV and then becoming an actor and working with them. Oh, that's a pretty good analogy. Yeah, that would absolutely be the dream. So I can imagine like Sakurai said about Toby Fox personally coming to his house and playing Smash Bros together, which is absolutely insane. And I can imagine like Toby Fox talking about how his first game was an Earthbound ROM hack, and then Nintendo employees overhear it and they start like closing the doors and calling security on Toby Fox. Toby Fox. Still haven't played Deltarune 3. I was waiting also for it to be on... What? To be on discount on summer sale? Didn't happen. There are also a lot of games on discount, but you know, right now Fantasy Freddy's is a big priority. No, you're not supposed to meet your heroes, but come on, it's like a top tier life goal to be recognized professionally by your idols, I know. I would really like to one day personally meet Scott Cawthon. To leave him, besides how much I admire him as a game developer, how much he ruined my life. No, not really, but he did make me suffer a lot with his games, which is fine because I enjoyed them, but I also suffered with them. But if I didn't enjoy a game, then I wouldn't have put myself through suffering for them. It's complicated. It's a really love-hate relationship with Fantasy Freddy's. And with this game, of course. I really like to hear you say that. Oh, I hope. Could also be like, hey, I also completed the two games of that little coffee maker that saves robots from viruses. The franchise that ended up being abandoned for Fantasy Freddy's. that little game with the kitties that you have to find in a stadium full of people. Yeah, that was also absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10 experience. Blind narration is a dime and a dozen, but your work has ruined my life is a bit less common, I think. Yeah. Oh, Scott Cawthon. I think like my top 5 of game developers that I would like to meet. I think number 1 is Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto. Obviously. And I actually think on second. Ooh, okay, that was close. Mr. Masahiro Sakurai. And him that at this point I have wasted 3,000 hours of my life on Smash Bros. Played all of your available games, even the bad ones. Even the bad ones, yeah. Even the ones that he wanted to be permanently deleted from the internet forever, but someone somehow did find a way to get them back, and they're available to the public. Then 3, I actually want to meet Dan Salvato. I also really admire him. I really wish he could give a little more information about his future projects instead of just leaving the whole Doki Doki Literature Club fanbase in the dark. If Libitina project is actually gonna be a thing, or has just been cancelled at this point. What the frick? Then after that, Mr. Toby Fox, obviously. Okay, what's up with the frame rate, dude? It's like going at 5 FPS. And you know, Mehdi Tharson, the developer of this game. And also tell her how much this game has ruined my life. So, looks okay from this angle? Okay, I'm glad, because yeah, there are some sections in there where I was like, it was like stuttering. I don't even know why that happens. You know, just as an extra, I will also like to meet Rob Top, the developer of Geometry Dash. Just like, you know, say to him how much I love the fact that he takes 3 years to develop every single update to the game. Say, Mr. Raptor, can you please like just sell this game to a company already? Sell it to a company that could like care even half of what Raptor cares about his own game. Really matters they have the smooth 60 FPS, but at least one of it has it. When I get my new computer, hopefully I will also be able to stream at 60 FPS. These are lighter games, like this one and Super Meat Boy. The not open roam Final Freddy's games. I haven't played or heard of that. What's it like? Well, it's basically a game where you play levels like you're a little cube and you have to jump over spikes and obstacles at the rhythm of the music. Well, it's supposed to be a rhythm-based platformer, but nowadays the levels are just not really rhythm-based. Like they're made so that they really fit well with the music. But, like, you can perfectly play them without any sound and you'll be fine. Yeah, the thing is that the game nowadays, okay, so the main like appeal of the game is its level creation option, so you can create your own levels and share it worldwide and stuff, like Mario Maker. But it's like there's a whole lot of possibilities. Like there's people that have made entire games within the level creator of Geometry Dash. It's like Geometry Dash is basically like a game engine at this point. It was hit really popular for being really hard like 12 years ago. It sounds familiar. Yeah, a lot of really big YouTubers played it back in the day. And there was like a period of 6 years when it didn't get any updates. I think it was in like 2019, 2020, when the game was like absolutely dead. There were like maybe one or two really dedicated YouTubers who still made videos on it. Yeah, the fan base was extremely silent. And then it came back to life around 2023. I started playing it. Okay, I first played it on 2014 when it was like very recent. And then I played it again on 2022 on my cell phone, and then I eventually bought it on Steam. And then so far I think I have like 1,300 hours of playtime on it, and combined with my game hours on my phone, which should be like 400 or something. Yeah, I spend a lot of time playing the game. Yeah, it got revived around the end of 2023 because the update that had been promised for 2018 finally came out. You know, it got a lot of people hyped up. Like, a lot of people don't want to say it, but the update was kind of a disappointment. Like, it was a good update, had a lot of content, especially with the level editor, but it definitely was, it doesn't justify a 6-year wait. Because I know the developer is a solo developer. He doesn't have like any employees or anything besides the moderators of the game. But for what we got, 6 years is excessive. Especially consider that a lot of the things that were promised for the update ended up being delayed. It's like we only got half of the update. You know, a lot of people really like, because despite being a mobile game, it doesn't have any pay-to-win elements, no microtransactions, there's no in-app purchases or anything. It's just, you know, the one-time purchase of buying the game, and then you don't have to spend money on it ever again. That wasn't yours. It's like, I know if eventually the developer ended up selling the game to a company, that company may add some paying elements and stuff, but oh my god, again. But if they release the updates a lot more frequently, I will be okay with that. Hey, that mobile game has become synonymous for lazy cash grabs. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's what the world has come to today. No more temple runs or jetpack joyrides. Oh, the developers after the big update, he said that he would like to develop another spin-off game, because he has made also small spin-off games as like some sort of preview for the next update. He said that he would like to release a new spin-off game around 6 months after the big update, and then right after that develop the next update. The last big update was released in December of 2023, and we haven't really gotten a lot more after that. Nothing like using interactive amusement to promote online gambling addictions. Yay! Slash that inside. It's so freaking true. Even the slots games, they don't have a lot of pay-to-win elements as a lot of not gambling games do. Well, supposedly not gambling games. Oh, also the mobile port of Friday Night Funkin' was released. Well, not released, it was leaked. Like the early build. And apparently they have a pay option to remove the ads from the game, which is not looking good, team. Only the $2 million Kickstarter wasn't enough for them. Like, let's see, how much was the budget for Shovel Knight? So I'm pretty sure it wasn't even like a quarter of what the Friday Night Funkin' Kickstarter did. Like, and that's just a Kickstarter, not even counting the donations from the itch.io page. Gotta squeeze every lesson out of your fans. Yay! Snatchel has left body. Yeah, and one of the developers on stream once said that once the full game is out, it's gonna cost like $40. And yeah, that also caused a lot of backlash from the fans. So I know that the game is gonna be like a lot more complete than it is now. But so far, Friday Night Funkin' is definitely not worth $40. Supposedly one of the goals on Kickstarter was getting the game out on PlayStation 1. I have actual PlayStation 1 discs with Friday Funkin', which I'm not really sure if it's gonna be possible. But if they make a deal with Sony, then that will be kinda hype. So, $40, dude. So on top of the over $2 million Kickstarter, the purchasable option to remove ads in the mobile port, the donations on the itch.io page, and the $40 that the full game is gonna cost when it eventually releases. Yeah, it seems like they're pretty much set for life. When indie games like Undertale and Shovel Knight get big, no endless ads, no pay to win, no gacha, just game, indeed. So freaking fun. And they have like a ton more content than a lot of gacha games. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, yeah. I mean, I don't have a PlayStation 1 to play it on, but having the option is nice. Actually, speaking of PlayStation, I wonder if it will be worth it to get a PlayStation 4 nowadays. Just to maybe one day, if it comes to it, play the Finest of Freddy's console ports just to see how bad they are. Because I heard a lot of people say that they're pretty bad, that the controls are definitely not made for a controller. But you know, can't believe it until I experience it for myself. Is the price gone down a decent amount for those? I actually haven't checked. I should see if there are any deals. Because if... Ooh. I think if it comes to it, I would like to buy the physical version. If it has some physical version bonus, like a few stickers to put in my computer. If I get a PlayStation 4, it wouldn't be only for Finest of Freddy's. I would also like to get the Kingdom Hearts collection. And oh well, I was gonna say Ratchet and Clank, but pretty sure that one's a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Like personally, even though it's been years, I really don't see a PlayStation 5 really worth buying. There aren't really like a lot of exclusives that I feel would make it worth it. But once the new 3D Mario game comes out, or Mario Maker 3, or the next Smash Bros, then Switch 2 will become a priority. despite Nintendo's highly morally questionable practices. Have you ever played a Kingdom Hearts game? Only a Melody of Memory, which is not really your typical Kingdom Hearts game. Like, it's just a rhythm game with Kingdom Hearts songs. But I really had a good time. I only bought it because if you had saved data of that game on your Switch, you would unlock an exclusive song in Smash Ultimate. Yeah, a song in Smash locked behind a $50 paywall. But I did enjoy the game. I 100% completed it as well, getting all perfects on every song, which were like, I think 150. Yes, questionable marketing, and even like the song is probably one of the most like popular Kingdom Hearts songs. Like the most popular song on the set list for the Kingdom Hearts package, well, the Sora package. They put the song that most people knew behind a paywall. Yeah, the Melody of Memory had a mode called one button mode, because normally when you play the song you have to push different buttons for different actions. But on one button mode you could just, you know, use a single button to do all the actions at the rhythm of the song. And it has 3 difficulties: your standard, easy, medium, and hard. So basically, to 100% everything, I had to beat every song at least 6 times. You know, one on easy classic mode, one medium classic mode, and one hard classic mode, and then one easy one button mode, one normal one button mode, and one hard one button mode. When you get a bunch of songs in Smash Ultimate by default, you pay the price of another game for one track for Kingdom Hearts. They really needed to get the money back from the money that they paid to Disney to get Sora in Smash. I'm pretty sure that shot in the trailer with the Mickey Mouse keychain, that one shot probably costed more than the price of every Wii U sold. Because we all know Disney's strapped for cash. But it seems like lately, like on movie theaters, Disney movies haven't... Like Disney hasn't... I can't speak. Haven't done too well in theaters. You know, with Snow White and now with Elio. Although Elio is Pixar, not like actual Disney, but... Seems like it has flopped pretty hard. Let's see Nintendo and Square working together a little bit now, at least. Yeah. And Square Enix also was like the co-developer of Mario RPG, and it recently got a remake. And that one remake was what made a lot of people have hopes of Gino entering Smash Bros. But no. Well, Gino did enter in Smash, but as a Mii costume instead of a character. Yep. I wanted Gino in Smash so bad, oh my god. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. He got in Smash, but it's not in the way a lot of people wanted. At this point, well, when the new Smash game eventually comes out, really my biggest hope is that they're characters that I at least know. Because like half of the DLC characters on Smash Ultimate, I hadn't even heard of them. No offense to Terry, but he wasn't exactly on my list of Dream Smash characters. Nah, me neither. Mine neither. Like for all the characters, like Joker, I didn't know him. I had never heard of Persona. And also because after Joker got in Smash, I started to see like a lot more Persona everywhere. Like I didn't play the game because again I don't have a PlayStation, but I did watch the anime and I enjoyed it. I was surprised, like a lot of people saying that it was a super bad anime, that it cut out a lot from the game. I heard the Persona series is really good, but I never played one. Yeah, I also heard it too. People have played Persona, they say that it's between super good and a masterpiece. But that it takes forever to complete. Yeah, the thing with the anime adaptation, I guess for me, since I didn't play the game, I think the game is pretty good because I don't notice all the things missing from the game. So I think it's a similar case with what the frick with Danganronpa. I didn't exactly play the game, but I did watch a full playthrough of it. And then I watched the anime, and it was, I wouldn't call it exactly bad, but it felt extremely rushed. You barely had any time to process what was happening. Like if you spaced out just for like 5 seconds, you already missed like what the heck was going on the episode. But again, someone who hasn't played the game probably would see the anime and think like it was pretty good. So I think that's kind of what happened to me with the Persona 5 anime. This looks really good though. On both of the games. And both of the animes. There's a lot packed into 5, which is kind of intimidating. The more unique the gameplay is, the harder it is to adapt into anime. Yeah. I think one of the examples that I can think of animations that did work, like game adaptations to anime that did work, was probably Castlevania. I watched Castlevania and it was so good. And I never played Castlevania 3. I should probably rewatch it because I never saw the last season. Castlevania anime is so good, it is. I really like how they portray Dracula. Like, they make him look like so intimidating. Speaking of Dracula, I also want to watch the movie from like 1937. Just to see how well it holds up. And the Frankenstein. There's a lot of classic movie monsters that I want to see. I want to see The Bride of Frankenstein just because of the little appearance it made on The Bride of Chucky. Plus I heard the third game is my favorite and they gave Sifa a much needed boost to her characterization. Yeah, I like when they really expand on characters that are not really like, what do you say, like that deep in the game. That I definitely need to rewatch it soon. Still miss Grant though? I forgot who Grant is, it's been so long, I'm sorry. I think that the thing that excited me the most was after seeing the anime and seeing Alucard announces an assist trophy in Smash Ultimate. I was like, oh, I know that guy. Oh, Dracula also has a boss fight in Smash. Speaking of bosses in classic mode in Smash, I really hope they don't butcher classic mode in the next Smash game, because the classic modes in Smash Ultimate were so good. You ever play a character from 3 who hasn't been since Judgment? Oh, I see, I see. When I... finally get to play Castlevania games, fully I will be able to notice all the little details present and missing from the anime. I mean, so many games to play in so little time. That hadn't happened to me in like... That's depressing. The anime also raised an interesting question I hadn't thought about. The games mostly take place around Europe, but what was going on in the rest of the world while Dracula was wreaking like... It's an interesting question. Could the other countries have like taken measures against Dracula? Council of Empires was so cool. Oh my goodness. Dang. There's a lot of terms that I haven't heard, but they actually do sound interesting. I really want to play. I'm pretty sure the Castlevania games are in Nintendo's what's it called? The Switch Online system. Which I don't think I have renovated my subscription. Which I should do soon. Check, thank you. Yeah, the last time I played on the Switch Online thing, it was when I played Mario Land a couple months ago, when they just recently added it. And it was actually way more fun than I thought. It has some very unique bosses, though, you know, it's a 2D Mario game. The bosses are, for the most part, pretty easy. And it's pretty good to have some variety, instead of fighting Bowser every single time. Or in the case of the New Super Mario Bros. Games, fighting the Koopalings every single time. Like, I learned Super Mario Land 2 is an extremely underrated Mario game. It has an entire overworld. The level design is so freaking unique. And it has like actually elaborate boss fights. And the Castlevania game on Switch Online is the JB one. Dang it. I could have sworn that the NES trilogy was there. It's so weird. Why would they not put the Castlevania games in there? I think Namco has their own collection thing, so Nintendo has to step up. Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of like the Mega Man Legacy Collection. That's why the good majority of the Mega Man games are not on the Switch Online. Speaking of Switch Online, hopefully they will release a Nintendo DS system soon. It would be funny if they release a Wii system, Can they put Mario Galaxy 2 on it? Because that will pretty much make the Mario 3D All-Stars game just completely obsolete. It's like there will be no reason to spend the $60 to play those 3 games, where you can spend I don't know how much the expanded membership costs of the online. We're pretty sure it's around the same price or a little less. So you could pay around the same price to play those 3 games, and also a whole entire library for each console. This company is demanding you buy a whole pie when you just want to slice. I know. You mean they think it was highly limited for no good reason? Yeah. Because Nintendo just wanted everyone to go like, oh no, it's gonna be limited time. I need to buy it soon, otherwise I'm never gonna be able to find it. And I'm pretty sure they are still very much available to this day. Oh wait, did I say Galaxy 2? No, I mean Galaxy 1. Galaxy 1 is the one that's in 3D All-Stars. Now Mario 64 is on the 64 Switch Online service, and Mario Sunshine is on the GameCube service. And it's the Mario 64 version that allows you to backwards long jump too. Again? So if they release Mario Galaxy, there will be literally zero reason to have 3D All-Stars. Exactly what they're not gonna do it. Dang it. So, you know, if it wasn't for Mario Galaxy 2 being on the not being on 3D All-Stars, you will be able to do the Mario 1842 run on a single console. So now on the Switch you have Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, Mario 3D World, and Mario Odyssey. Unfortunately, you have to switch to the Wii U in the middle of the run because Mario Galaxy 2 on Switch, not happening. The frick. Yeah, the 42, yeah, the speedrun of getting all the collectibles in all the console 3D Mario games, which is 120 stars on 64, 120 shines on Sunshine, 120 stars in Galaxy, 242 stars in Mario Galaxy 2, 380 green stars on Mario 3D World, and 180 moons in Odyssey. There's a whole separate category for handheld games. But not 3D, because the only 3D handheld games are 3D Land and 64DS, which I don't even think 64DS is like accounted for in the runs. A multi-game run, yeah. Love me some multi-game runs. There's a whole category of beating like every console Mario game, which I will be able to do. But first I need the practice, of course. This one's not 100% thing, this one's just the any percent round on the games, which is Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario Los Levels, Mario 3, Mario World, Mario 64, yeah. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Mario Galaxy, Mario Galaxy 2, New Super Mario Bros. U, 3D World, and Odyssey. Yeah, again, the good majority of those ones are able to be done in on the Switch, except for New Super Mario Bros. Wii and Galaxy 2. So time to put up the Wii U again. It sounds absolutely insane indeed. Insane, but also really fun. I remember practicing for speedrunning in Super Mario Bros. Wii. Like a couple of years ago, I practiced for a whole 2 days, and then I never tried it again. And the same for 64. I wanted to practice a 1-star run, but I couldn't do it. The freaking backwards long jump to get in Dire Docks, like going through the door, it was so freaking difficult. I couldn't do it even like after an hour of practicing. So I said, you know what, screw the 1-star run, we're gonna go 16 stars instead. So I did 16 stars, and I think my PB was like 40 something minutes, like 46 minutes I think, but I never submitted it. But I would like to try speedrunning Mario 64 again soon. I did some 120 star speed, well, quote unquote speedruns, because it wasn't really, it was just me, like, it was almost like a casual playthrough, but trying to do it as fast as I could, because I didn't know any of the fast strats. Besides like Cannonless and Owlless and Whomp's Fortress, and that's about it. I think my PB on 120 stars was like 4 hours or something. It's pretty fast. Thank you. I would like to do it even faster. Maybe a sub 40 minutes would be good. Like at my current skill level, I feel 16 stars is the best one I could do, because 1 star? Nope, not happening. Let's not even talk about 0 stars. And 70 stars, that's just boring. Actually getting the required stars to beat the final boss without doing the 100% route, not my cup of tea. Either any percent or 100%, no in between for me. Mario 64 doesn't really have like a proper 80% route. Because, you know, depending on your skill level, any percent can be 0 stars, 1 star, 16 or 70. With 70 being like, you know, the intended way, but not too boring for me. I want to go through walls and break the game entirely. There's quite a gap between 16 and 70. Yeah, it's mainly because 16 stars is the number of stars that you need to get into the basement, and then once you get into the basement, then the glitch fest starts. But then after that basement, there aren't really like any other ways that you can break the game other than just getting the 70 stars. Doing everything the intended way without any game-breaking glitches. The most painful Mario speedrun I've done was the 120 shines one for Mario Sunshine. I cannot remember exactly what was so difficult about it, like the specific difficult part. I just remember that it was very difficult in general. Must have been the little path minigame. It was the squid racing? Oh yeah, the squid racing. Yeah, I remember that one vividly. So I think the most annoying shines were the 100 coin shines. I didn't even push right. You know, as professional speedrunners, they have the entire route memorized to see where to get the coins. You know, I just had to painfully look around for any ways to get coins in every single one of the levels. Some levels are so freaking stingy with coins. Except maybe Pinot Park. I think Pinot Park is the only 100 coin shine that was not painfully slow to get. And that one being not too great. Yeah, and there were well, 2 shines where I had to get on squids. One to get the red coins around Rico Harbor, and then the second, which was a squid racing. And like I looked up and I found out that there were like invisible checkpoints that you could hit and still win the race if you went over the ceiling and stuff. I was like, nah, too complicated for me, I'm just gonna do it the normal way. professional speedrunners have levels memorized, but some of us still have a day job and a really regular skip schedule. Yeah, speedrunners they pretty much just have the entire game just burned into their retinas. I know there are some other people like us who, you know, we have some other stuff to do in our daily life. Personally, I think that's what's gonna happen to me with this level. I think eventually I'm gonna have this level burn into my retinas. I also really want to speedrun Mario Wonder. I feel like that game will also be really fun to speedrun. Speaking of, if they released a Mario Wonder 2 for the Switch too, I would be more than happy with that, and I'm gonna die. I've seen Tetris blocks when I close my eyes before in DDR errors, and something like this is way beyond. Oh, DDR errors. Dang it. Now, speaking of Tetris, I am surprised by the amount of Tetris games that are on Steam. I don't even know what the difference between all of them is. There's like Puyo Tetris and Tetris Grandmaster something, and like Tetris Super Tetris Beyond Ultra Quadrangular Triple Whopper. Dude, I just want to play Tetris. Yeah, there are a ton of them. Frankly, all of them are necessary besides the original. Dude, how many stuff can you put in there to make it like more unique or like make it stand out? It's just Tetris. Speaking of Tetris, in games where you have to drop blocks and fill gaps and they disappear, I still need to 100% Mario Party DS. It's been on the backlog of my mind for like quite some time now. I love how the reward for beating the story mode on Mario Party DS is just discount Tetris. Like, it's like Tetris, but with triangles instead of squares. It's a perfect way it is. Stack block, clear line, enjoy, and that's it. Yep. Simple as that. I think the one game that interested me, but not enough to actually play it, was Tetris 99. And it was funny because it was free. Wait a second, let me look something up. Well, this sucks. So multiplayer, yeah, it was where you play with 99 other people and you had to be the last man standing, sort of like a battle royale. So get a drink and stretch. It's been 2 hours. I will stretch. I don't have any drink besides me, but I still am probably gonna end the stream like 10 minutes or something. It's like it won't be long. Right after the stream, I'm gonna go get a drink. I promise. Yeah, just got reminded because similar in concept to Tetris 99 was Mario 35. Dude, I played the heck out of that game when it came out. Thanks to Mario 35, I had like pretty much every level for Mario Bros memorized. Mario 35 was such a good idea. I know. Dude, it freaking sucks that they discontinued for literally no reason. How would it have affected them financially to just keep the game up? Like Tetris 99 is still up, F-Zero 99 is still up. Why can Mario 35 still be up? Also the Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch, a really good idea, but oh, this one's also time limited, so if you don't get it now, it's gonna be gone forever. The only thing left was that they had done Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury time limited too. Like they have to do something for the 40th anniversary this year, right? Right. Nintendo, where's the 3D Mario? Where's Mario Odyssey 2? Didn't really want it to hammer in the 35th anniversary part. Wasn't meant to last. Yeah. And there was also an event level on Mario Maker 2. Well, Mario Maker 2 had those like little events called Ninja Speedruns, where there was like an official level made by Nintendo, and it was up during a week. Oh, the level wasn't like available just during the week, but the level was released, and during that week period, players could like compete and try to see who gets the best speedrun time. And there was an event level made for the 35th anniversary of Mario, and it said that the first 35, like the top 35 places, would get a special medal, like a physical medal sent by Nintendo to congratulate them. And dude, I was like, I need to get that freaking medal. But then when I was about to sign up for the contest, turns out contest was not available in my region. Whoops. It's a kid idea. I know, it was really cool. I really wish I could have participated. I think I ended up getting place like 230 something, but that's because I really didn't grind it enough. Like if I was able to sign up for the contest, I would have grinded that level day and night until I was in the top 35. Nintendo, why? I know, why did they have to be the contest? Like, they couldn't afford the price of shipping to another country or something? Really at a disadvantage by poverty. It's like those speedruns where you have to have 2 controllers to play. If you don't have 2 controllers, well, it sucks to suck. Oh my goodness, speaking of 2 controllers, going back to the topic of the Kingdom Hearts rhythm game, there was also multiplayer mode, but instead of playing like the entire song list in 2-player, there was a specific set of songs specifically designed for multiplayer. And since I didn't have anyone to play with, I was just like, well, what am I gonna do? And then I searched on YouTube that there was a way to play those levels by yourself with 2 controllers. Like, if you set everything up correctly, you could play with the left half of a controller and the right half of another. Like, just your 2 hands, 2 controllers, play them by yourself. Even though it was like obviously more difficult in single player, like, it was a whole new experience, like an entirely new way to play. It was super fun. It's kind of lazy game design. Like, certain levels are inaccessible for 2 people. Come on. Yeah, it reminds me of the events in Smash Bros. Brawl, where instead of making and Smash for Wii U as well, where instead of making all of the event levels available as single player and multiplayer, no, they decided to make a whole separate list of events specifically for multiplayer. And again, if you want to 100% complete the game but you don't have a second controller, well, tough luck for you, buddy. Tough luck for you. Ooh. Now, the more I play this level, I really start to feel like a lot more empathy for all the Geometry Dash players who have spent like months trying to clear a level. I've only played this level for like a week, and I'm already so tired of it. I was really a fan of how some stages in Smash 4, I believe, were only in the Wii and 3DS versions. Yeah, there were a lot of exclusive. Like, I also don't really understand why. You know, I kinda understand some Wii U stages not being able in the 3DS version because size and stuff. But like, why not the other? Well, I guess. It's like, I guess Sakurai was kind of like, if there are some Wii U stages that are not gonna be able on the Wii U version because the size problem, then let's just make it so there are exclusive 3DS stages, so the 3DS players don't feel like they got the just the leftovers. There's no reason why the Magican stage had to be 3DS only. Oh yeah. This stage is super cute, although they at least brought it back in Ultimate. Yeah, there are a lot of 3DS stages that thankfully made it into Ultimate. But then there are some that I still have no idea why they didn't. Like, why didn't the Pac-Man stage got in? Or the Rainbow Road? But then some stages like 75 meters from Donkey Kong made it in. Also Pokefloats. I still don't know why Pokefloats still hasn't returned from Melee. Did Electroplankton stage make it in? Oh yeah, that's another one that they did make it in, and I still have no idea why. I remember that it was fun. Yeah, it was like... It was also so silly, you know, just seeing Onyx and Chansey just floating around. Like, I really can't think of a good reason why it hasn't made a comeback yet. Like, maybe I said like, it was funny because the Pokemon were kind of low poly, and they would have to make it like higher poly, because if they make it low poly it would look weird. And then it would also look weird and lose its essence if they made it high poly. I really can't think of anything, really. Just like I cannot think of why they didn't make any new Snake codec calls for the new Ultimate characters and the Smash 4 characters, and I died. Simply can't imagine a Smash game without the necessary fan favorite stage as Electroplankton. Yep, a game that definitely every single Smash player knows about and has played it at least once. Just like who was the development team member that was like, oh yeah, remember that game on the DS that like 15 people in the world played? Let's make a stage about that. I guess that's in the universe. Why couldn't they add like a never mind, I cannot think of anything. But maybe a new Sonic stage that's not Green Hills themed. Like one based on, I don't know, the casino stage? And Sonic Mania? I think that would be fun. Angel Island would be cool. Just cause, you know, there's already like, what, 4 Mario stages that are just, you know, grassy plains. And the two stages that Sonic has are also the same thing, you know, just grassy plains. Like some more variety will be really nice. You know, Mario Kart the Rainbow Road stage on 3DS was one of the few Mario stages to not be just grassy fields. And that was the one they decided to cut. Collision Chaos from CD. Ooh. Sounds like a cool name. I'm gonna check it out. Oh, I'm also surprised that Sonic still hasn't had a single new rep from since Brawl. It has just been Sonic and no one else. Like Shadow and Knuckles made assist trophies, but that's pretty much it. It's funny how Knuckles has made like 3 appearances in Smash, but none of them as a playable character. He appears as an assist trophy, he appears as a Mii costume, and he appears as a background character in the Green Hills on stage. Also, it's kind of weird because, okay, the Sonic knowledge is not that good, so I'm not. It's like I may not have enough info to corroborate this, but I find it kind of weird that Silver appears in the Green Hill Zone stage, when, as far as I know, Silver doesn't really appear in any Green Hill levels in Sonic games. Like, if you could tell me if I'm wrong, alright, I would appreciate it. The US and Japanese soundtracks give the stage a completely different vibe, but it's a city's casino-y level. Oh, I see. Yes, it will definitely be cool. Why do I do that? Okay, I think I'm gonna do like probably 2 or 3 more attempts and then I'm gonna be gone. If there's a Green Hill in 2006, I completely forgotten about it. Yeah, well, from the very little I've seen about Sonic 2006, I don't think there's a Green Hill there. And it feels like a lot of stuff in Sonic 2006 is not really meant to be there. My brain's repressing those memories to protect my well-being. And Sonic 2006. Just kind of makes me think, like, what exactly was Sega thinking? And like, to even have the courage to calling the game like Sonic the Hedgehog. I just plain Sonic the Hedgehog. I like to think that there's an alternate timeline where the game was actually fully developed and it became one of Sega's best games ever. It's like in the top 3 of Sonic games of all time. Fortunately, we're not in that timeline. It was a dark time to be a Sonic fan. I can definitely see why that's one of the Sonic games that has not been released for PC yet. When I eventually get to play all the Sonic games, preferably on stream, I think the one I'm the most excited for is Sonic Mania. Never Sonic Series 6 a masterpiece and Sega never stopped making consoles. Oh yeah. Sometimes I forget that Sega actually used to make consoles. So speaking of Sonic Mania, I found it really funny how in the Sonic Mania trailer where Sonic, Knuckles and Tails are in the elevator, the buttons don't show Sonic the Hedgehog 3. No, sorry, Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Like Sega just wants to completely pretend it never existed. I never really understood if Sonic 4 is supposed to be classic Sonic or modern Sonic. Sonic Mania is very good, but more difficult than the real classic games. Oh, baby, that's what it's all about. Can't blame me for that. Yeah, Sonic 4 seemed really rough. And there was like a somewhat of a cliffhanger ending on episode 2 that was supposed to be resolved on episode 3, but it got cancelled. It was supposed to be a continuation of that line, but yeah, it seems really weird. Like, speaking of classic Sonic, like in Sonic Forces, like why is classic Sonic there? Why is classic Sonic on Sonic Forces for any other reason other than, you know, Sega want to cash grab from that? I think the one game that I actually haven't heard any opinions on it or seen absolutely anything about it is Sonic Frontiers. I think that'd also be another game that I would like to do a blind playthrough of on stream. I don't know why they did the Beyond Generations, that's weird. You know, he just kind of shows up out of nowhere for no good reason. Get Forces and Frontiers mixed up. Yeah, Frontiers is like the new release one, and the Forces one is the one where you get to do your own OC. So, you know, letting people do their own OC in an official Sonic game is a risky move there. Risky move. Frontiers is question mark. It's probably, I think it's the last Sonic game they released actually. It's like a 3D one, but I really didn't get if it was a an open world or just like 3D exploration, you know, the other 3D games. Which now I think about, I don't think the 3D Sonic games are really exploration based. Maybe they are, I don't know. I haven't seen anything of them besides 2006 and Sonic Adventure 2. You mentioned it, don't know much about it either. I guess it really didn't resonate that much compared to like Sonic X Shadow Generations or Sonic Mania. Pretty sure even the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog was a lot more popular than Frontiers. But, you know, it's a 3D modern Sonic game. There's a lot of things that could go wrong with that. Yeah, the April Fool's Day joke outshone the midnight release. To everyone's surprise. So I think this is gonna be my last attempt of the day. Okay, one more and then I'm gonna be done because I don't want to stay up too late because I don't want to be tired for the training tomorrow. Okay, one more thing before I leave. Yes, what is it? Surprisingly, I didn't feel my hands too sweaty compared to yesterday. I wasn't really getting that frustrated or nervous. So you just could notice it continuously here, baked goods team. Yeah, I just named it like, you know, chocolate cakes are hype because, you know, funny, because I really like chocolate, and I couldn't really think of another name. Then when my friend made the rest of the server, he just kind of went along with the baked goods theme. And I said, you know, it's good. Let's keep it that way. You know, I'm personally a really big fan of all sorts of pastries and sweets and cookies and everything with sugar. If you're the bakerman, does that mean you're a pancake? Oh my goodness. I hadn't actually thought about it. The bakerman. I might just be. Just a really floppy one. The way I keep flopping this level every time I get close. Because pancakes can also be dessert if you make them right. Ooh. You know, I actually have never had pancakes for dessert. only for breakfast. That actually sounds like a banging dessert. Especially with like a lot of chocolate. Ooh, so good. Excuse me? Okay. Well then, another day, another set of fail attempts for this stupid level. Make carrot cake pancakes before and they were insane. Oh my goodness, carrot? That's actually the first time I've heard that. Carrot cake pancakes. Only ever made like normal pancakes and chocolate pancakes. I'm not the best pancake maker, but I feel like I did a decent job. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna be going now so that I can sleep enough. Not be too tired tomorrow in the morning. Yeah, hopefully, if I am not too tired tomorrow after the training, I will do another stream a little earlier. Try to make it longer too. I just want to be done with this level so I can finally move on. As long as they're edible, yeah, as long as they're edible, that's all that matters. Thank you for the stream. Good luck with your training. Thank you, Blue. And thank you for joining, as always. Yeah, thank you everyone so much for joining and watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Sleep well. I will also go get a drink. And I will see you all next stream. Bye, 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 bye. Take care. Goodbye.